Hi guys, so here's the video that you guys have been asking for, the questions of how I got my kids started into modeling. I've written down your questions, so I'm just going to jump right into it and tell you guys how I started my girls and then go into the questions. So the way I got my girl started was I actually was thinking about it when she was about 3 months. I started thinking about how I wanted her to get into modeling because I started noticing she had a really good personality. She was smiling all the time. She was friendly. She didn't mind going with other people. So I figured that would be a good little thing. That's a good thing that modeling agencies look for. So what I did was I started searching online for an agency for kids modeling. And I did run into a few that I was very interested in. But I did eventually end up speaking to a friend, and she ended up having her son in modeling, and that's kind of how it all got started. She gave me the information of her agency, and you know, I basically just went from there. So that's how I found out about the modeling agency we're with. You know, so that was it. That's how you get started. You literally look online, or you talk to a friend, and I had done both. I looked online and I knew the agency she was talking about because that was one of the 3 agencies that I was planning to send Eva's information to. So, you know, I just looked online and I found the agencies. Then I spoke to someone that I figured might have some knowledge, or I knew, you know, her kid was in modeling or something like that, and it ended up just working out that way. Yeah, that's how we got started. But let me go into the questions and, you know, kind of get into a little bit more detail of what you can do. I've been doing this since Eva was about 6 months, and she's going to be 3. So about 2.5 years. Actually, a little bit more than that. So yeah, I have a little bit of experience with it. Not much. I'm not a pro. I don't know everything about the business, but I have my youngest daughter, which is 11 months. She started when she was 6 months. I think I got her in when she was 6 months as well, and she's starting to work now. So it is a little familiar to me. Some of the questions that you guys have been asking, I know the answers personally, and some I did end up doing a little bit of research for you guys, just so you get a little bit more, you know, detailed and correct information. So the first question, they're in no particular order, but the first question says, how did you get started? Or how do you get started? Well, the first thing I suggest you do is, you know, search online for an agency. I would recommend getting the number of 3 agencies that you would like to work with, and literally go on Google and just put kids modeling agencies in your area, like San Francisco, I don't know, Los Angeles, Sacramento, things like that. Wherever it is you want to work out of, you know, just search that on Google, and you should be able to come up with a bunch of modeling agencies. I don't suggest looking in the newspapers because I have heard that those are not really legit. They usually, real legit agencies, they will not promote themselves in a newspaper. So don't go looking in there. Yeah. Okay, question number 2. Where do you look for agencies? Like I said, you can go on Google. You can talk to friends. You can, yeah, just basically do that. That's how I did it. You know, I went on Google and I talked to friends. So that's how I know how to look for agencies. What is up with my dang hair? Okay, anyways. Sorry. Okay. So question number 3. How do you know they are credible or legit? The first thing you have to know about an agency is that they will not ask you for money up front. If they do, then there's a problem there. They should not be asking you for money up front. At least that's the research that I did, and that's the experience that I had. the girls' agencies did not ask me for anything up front. I didn't have to pay them for the girls to work. I didn't have to do anything. The point is that the way the agencies work is that they sign your kid, and then once your kid is signed with them, it's basically they just got a job. So the way the companies make money is they get a percentage of whatever your kid makes every time they have a photo shoot. So they should not be asking you for any kind of money up front or any kind of payment for photos or anything like that. You should not have to pay for any of that. So that's the first sign that there's something wrong. If someone's asking you for money, think twice, don't sign anything, and just walk away. Let's see what else. Oh, another thing, if they guarantee you work, you might want to think about it, because the first thing that my girl's agent told us, excuse me, was that work is not guaranteed. The girls, you know, they'll have their months where they're really, really busy, and literally it could be week after week after week after week that the girls work. And then there's months that they go without working. So work is not guaranteed, like, to happen constantly. So that's another thing that I know is not that'll tell you, or, you know, give you a red light if an agency is legit or if there's something kind of strange there. They should not be telling you or promising you that your child's always going to work. Another way, you can also go online and check the Better Business Bureau. They usually have the ratings there of companies and comments of people that have worked with those companies, and they'll tell you what's going on there. If they don't have an office space, that's another, you know, kind of like red flag that there's something wrong there. Usually the agency will have their own office, and you can tell it'll be legit. If they're working out of their house, I would say just stay away. Just don't even bother. Yeah, so that's what I would say, the 3 major things to look for. There's a lot more things that you can look for in an agency to see if it's legit or not. But those are the main things, you know, that I would suggest to look for. Okay. So number 4, sorry. Do they look for anything specific, like eye color, skin tone, features, or anything like that? Well, when it comes to an agency, I believe that they like to have variety. So they're not really looking for a specific kind of child, like the colored skin. They all have to be brown, or they all have to be white, or whatever. No, they like variety, because every company that works with the agency, the modeling agency, looks for different kinds of children. For example, Pottery Barn, I believe, from my experience, looks for different kind of kids than Gymboree, for example. You know, it's just whatever the company looks for. Gymboree is a little more diverse, I believe, and Pottery Barn likes a certain type of child, and because that's what they model, that's the clothes, and that's what they feel will sell and be a better advertisement for their company, which is fine. So when it comes to the agencies, I think what they mainly look for is personality in the child. Will they be able to work with your kid? Will they be able to, you know, work with you, and things like that. So with the agency, I think it's a little easier, a little more diverse. With companies directly, your child might not get hired for every, you know, for example, they might not get hired for Gymboree, but they might always get calls from Pottery Barn, because Pottery Barn always looks for a certain kind of kid, and Gymboree looks for different. So yeah, that's the thing. The agencies do not look for specific things, more like personality and availability, and if they're you know, relatable and have a great personality. Okay, so let's see. Where am I? Question number 6. What age can they start work? So I think from what I know, they can start work at from 0 months and up. but they probably won't get work till they're older than that. From what my agent has told me personally, when I was trying to get Mariah in, she said she might not get work till she's about 6 months old, till she's able to at least sit up. She can get work earlier than that, but she might not until she's 6 months, or that's the least. But I know that you will need a permit for your child to work in the entertainment business, and I believe that it's only available to minors at least 15 days old or under 16 years old. So yeah, 15 days old, that's when you could get a permit. Okay, so does it cost anything? Like I said, no, it should not cost you anything to put your child into a modeling agency. There is a fee, I believe, for the permit, which is $50. You only pay that fee once. You should only pay it once, and then it's good for 6 months, and every 6 months your agency or you will be reminded to to renew it. You'd have to renew it every 6 months, or else your child will not be able to work without that permit. You might get a call for a photo shoot and then you don't have the updated permit. They're not going to let your child work. So you just missed out on $600. So yeah, that's the only thing that should cost you anything, is a permit. And if you decide to take professional pictures of your kids, that comes out of your own pocket with your own photographer. Okay, so number 7, let's see. What are the normal schedules like? There are no normal schedules for the kids to work. They can call you a week before and give you a week in advance that, hey, your child is been either called for go-see or has been called for a photo shoot. It can be as little as a night before. I've gotten an email from our agent saying, hey, so-and-so has been, they want to book her. Are you available tomorrow morning, like around 10? And either I am or I'm not, and I have to respond right then and there. Yes, I'm available, or no, I'm not. So there is no schedules. Sometimes your kid even works. If you're in San Francisco, they might call you to go to Napa Valley and take pictures, or Santa Cruz, because that's where the photo shoot's being held. Or sometimes it's random places, so you have to be very available. There is no set schedules at all. So, I mean, if you're working, it's going to be a little tough to, to have the availability that, for example, a non-working parent has. For example, me, I don't work right now. I work from home, but I don't go to an office. So I have the flexibility to be able to get up and go the next morning if I have to. So a parent that has to work, well, it's going to be tough to be getting time off if your job does not allow that often. It's going to be tough for you to get time off, and it's just a little more hectic. But yeah, no schedules at all. You can get a call the night before or a week before. Let's see. Is there something I should start doing or be doing right now before getting my child started? The only thing I can really think of is you probably want to take a couple of pictures of your kid. A couple, not professional, like you have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for, but good pictures. And what I would recommend to do is take your child to a park and dress them really comfortable, really relaxed. No floofy dresses for the girls, nor tuxedos for the boys. Just something really nice but comfortable. The agencies love to see the kids just like natural. Just no head bows for the little girls. Not too many big pins. You can have like one of these little clips in their hair for the girls, or something maybe like this, a bobby pin, but nothing. They want to see your hair, crazy haired child, or they just want to see your child the way your child is every day. They don't want to see them all dressed up and and whatnot. So for the boys, I would suggest maybe some jeans, a t-shirt, brush their hair a little bit, and, you know, don't put gel, don't put nothing like that, because I know this because that's what my agent tells me all the time. Don't put gel in their hair, and I don't anyways, but, you know, don't put anything. Make sure that they don't have any clips. Make sure their nails aren't painted for the girls. Make sure they don't have earrings when they go to the photo shoot. So, or when you're taking pictures, because the client, which is the companies like Gymboree, Pottery Barn, Le Top, and Old Navy, Gap, and things like that, they want to see your child just the way your child is, so they can see how to work with him, how if he or she will fit in the clothes that they're trying to model. So I would say take a couple pictures. If you have a good camera, then you're set to go. If you're good with, you know, if you're good with a camera, then you'll know right angles, the angles of your kids and things like that, to, you know, make them look even better. But yeah, that's the first thing you want to do, is get a couple of, maybe about 3 or 4 pictures of your kid, of your child. Take them to the park, let them play around, and just snap away until you get 3 or 4 good pictures. Because you will have to email those to the agency. So the first things are, get pictures of your kids and find an agency that you want to send them to. At least 3 agencies I would recommend. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so the next question is, does my child need anything to allow them to work? Yes, your child will need a permit. Like I said, the permit will cost you $50 in California. I'm not sure anywhere else, but in California it costs $50 for the fee. You have to apply, and they have to approve your child. There are certain papers you will have to send in, like medical records. If your kid's in school, they'll need permission from their principal or their teachers, so that they can get out of school, and they will need to have their homework with them every time they go to a photo shoot, or else they will not be allowed to be photographed. For the older kids. For the younger kids, like my kids, they do not go to school yet, so I didn't have to do all that. I just had to send in proof of their birthday when they were born, either a birth certificate, the letter that they give you from your hospital when your child's born, saying that so-and-so was born at this day in this hospital at this hour, blah, blah, blah. And I think, I'm not quite sure, I don't remember, but I think you'll have to send in or give a copy of their updated shots. Not sure though, I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. But just in case, have that ready. That's what you'll need. You'll need the work permit, or else your child will not, an entertainment work permit, or else your child won't be able to work. Okay, next question is, what do I do once I find an agency? Okay, again, what you want to do when you find an agency is send 2 or 3 pictures, either through an email, or go on the website and look at the directions of what you have to do to submit. Go to the direct website for that agency, and it should either tell you to call someone or what you can do, or, you know, like submit photos. We ended up submitting photos in an email, so that's what I'm kind of telling you guys you have to do for the agency I'm with. You can do that. Send the pictures of your kids, and what else do you have to do? Apply for a working permit, an entertainment work permit. Once you get an interview with that agency, because they will call you and say, hey, we want to meet your child, you know, they'll tell you what to do from there. But you will eventually need a work permit. You'll have to fill out an application with that agency, and you'll have to open a bank account for your child. I believe it's called a, oh gosh, I totally forgot. Coogan account or something like that. A Coogan account or something else. You can talk to your bank about what, you know, you can tell them your child is in an agency or modeling, and they will help you out. But you'll have to do a couple things. It all depends on the agency you're with. This is what I know. This is what my agency is telling me. Yours might not need all that stuff. I'm not sure, or you might not be required to fill out an application. I'm not sure how other agencies work. I've stuck with my agency because I love them so much. They're great to work with. So yeah, that's basically it. That's basically all you'll need that I know of right now. Modeling for kids is a lot of fun. The last question is it worth it? And for us, it's really worth it. We have lots of fun. Eva loves going to the photo shoot. She loves the kids that are always there. She makes friends because sometimes when you're, for example, the companies will call certain kids. Gymboree calls the same kids almost all the time. So your child